Hello, my name is Ron and I'm with ClassicBugParts.com. We make upgrades for the classic Volkswagens 58 to 1979. And this video is going to deal with installing our Accelerator SpeedWheel on the 67 to 79 bugs. And if you'll come a little closer, we'll show you how we're going to do that. Now the first thing you need to do is you need to go ahead and disengage the accelerator cable from the carburation in the very back. In other words, loosen the barrel nut and then wiggle the S-link out of the control arm that sets in here. Wiggle it out, let it set to the side. Disengage while you're back there, jack it up. Disengage the clutch cable from the transmission so that way it can move freely. Come up to the front, and what you want to do is you want to take out the control arm for the master cylinder so that that's not in position and it's out of the way. You protect the master cylinder that way. Take the two mounting bolts that you'll see right here, and what you'll do is you're going to use some type of a ratchet or spanner wrench, and there's two of them there. You want to disconnect those, and then now once those are out of the way, you can wiggle your pedal cluster out of the way and it's out of the car. Once it's out of the car, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take the control arm that's in here. It's held into place by a pin. You want to knock it out toward the clutch shaft itself, the arm. You want to clean the surface area out very, very good. You want to clean the gully area out so that way there's no debris or dirt on the inside. And then what you want to do is you want to install the new upgrade that we have right now. It's a double arm reinforced roller ball with a Delron ball, and it's similar to what you see on this one right here. I have a demo of it right here. And you're going to put the big end toward the bulkhead on the back. Now we have an E-clip that you'll see, it's right here, that holds the pin in place, and that is to keep it so while we're moving the cluster around the pin doesn't fall out. But as you'll notice, this would be a mock of the tunnel. The pin is held in place with the tunnel. Now once you have that portion in there, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and take the original pedal off. Now the very interesting about this, it's held in place with a spring on the very back in here. So you need to pull that spring out of there with a pair of wire cutters. Make sure there's nothing in there. And then you want to be very careful on popping this pin out. It's been in there for a long time and osmosis has set in and it's pretty much wedged itself, so you may want to go ahead and spray it with a liquid wrench, or maybe possibly if it doesn't move freely, you want to go ahead and use maybe a little butane torch and heat the area, the arms up, and heat them up so that way you can move the pin. But be very careful on how you take this pin out. If you don't, what's going to happen? You're going to end up breaking one of the legs of the cluster, and now you're going to have to get a whole new cluster. So be very careful, take your time, don't rush, be patient with that. This is a very critical area for that. Okay. Now once you pop the pin out, you're not going to use that pin anymore and you're not going to use the pedal anymore. What you're going to end up doing is you're going to end up taking our brand new pedal, which we provide, which is, by the way, is longer. Okay, you'll get a chance to see the difference between the two. It's about an inch longer than what you have in the car now, so it gives you a little bit more leverage to deal with. You're going to take the pin, the new shoulder bolt pin, and you're going to go ahead and put it into place, and it's going to be held together by a nylon lock. So if you ever have to get in here and work in here, it's easier now. It won't cement itself to the cluster. You'll be able to take the pin out and then pull your pedal assembly out. So once you're in there, you'll notice that once this is in place, and then what you're going to have is, and I'll bring it over to here, you're going to have a spring over here that you want to attach to it so that way it stays in constant contact with the roller ball, and you'll notice that how it does that. So it makes it very, very smooth and very friction free. Then you can end up putting your pedal pad on top, so that way that is already there. Now it's time to come back and put your pedal cluster back into the car. Now once the pedal cluster is setting on the floor over here, you want to pull the clutch cable out of the car, and if you have our upgraded clutch shaft, you want to mount that on. If you don't have our upgraded clutch shafts, the big boy or the standard shafts, then you'll have to deal with attaching the hook, and you'll have to follow the Bentley book on how to do that. Once you have those in, you can put the cluster back into place. You can tighten down the two mounting bolts, making sure that you put your brake spring in place when you do that, so that way you have a brake return. And then naturally you can take your clutch cable, tighten it up in the very back, and get you where you need to be so that your clutch is set with about a ½ inch worth of clearance, and then now you're really good to go. You'll get a chance to go ahead and see how smooth this is. It's like driving a modern car, totally friction-free. And you'll notice that we even tapered it into the tunnel, so now the throttle cable that's coming through here is going to go ahead and be more in line, so when you press on it, you'll have less chance of the cable breaking off at the very end. That gives you a kind of a brief description on how we install the Accelerator Kit number 2 on the 67 to 79. If you get a chance, go to our website and get a chance to look at the other amazing products that we have to offer. And by the way, we're coming out with a couple of new products, so you may want to go ahead and bookmark our page, so that way you can stay in touch, or go to the Samba, and find us there in featured ads. We have more products coming out in the future. Thank you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.